What's up, y'all? This is Gerard from Cameras and Counseling, and I want to share with you all my little camera haul. All the cameras I own and maybe some that I'm hoping to own in the future. Now, there's a lot of cameras and they're just in this random bag beside me, so stick with me as I go through them and give you a little review about all of them. First camera we'll talk about is the camera that I'm recording on, which is the Canon R6 Mark I. I recently picked this up because I traded in my R50 with some other sports photography equipment that I just don't use anymore because I stopped shooting sports. I traded it in with MPB and paid a little bit and got the R6. It's my first full frame camera, and I knew that I could get it for a little bit cheaper since the Mark III just came out. And I'm a hobbyist, so I don't really need the newest camera, and only time I'll have the newest camera is if it's gifted to me. So I got the R6. I still kept the lens that I had, the RF 16 millimeter f2.8 is what I'm recording on now. And then I have a couple EF lenses with an adapter because they're cheaper and I already had them. So I have the 24 to 105 f4, and then of course, as every photographer and videographer has, I have a nifty 50 f1.8. So I have these two lenses to go with my Canon R6. And keeping with Canon, I have my wife's camera because sometimes we'll do some events or something. She needs something pretty user-friendly to take pictures as like a backup shooter. And it's just good to have a backup camera body just in case the R6 fails. We have a Canon T6. And I know it's very old now compared to all the other things, but it's very user-friendly, still shoots very well, especially if we add the external flash on it for our event photography. It's pretty usable. You know, I'll get things out of it that I need to, and I can hook up the 50 millimeter and the 24 to 105 to make the photos and videos even better. But it's really just a backup camera just in case I'm out shooting and this one fails. Sticking with the Canon brand, I have the Canon V10, which has become one of my favorite cameras recently. I got this refurbished from Canon on a really good sale, I think for like $175, which this is perfect for me. Even though it's refurbished, it works perfectly. Shoots 4K, shoots great photos, and it's really good for vlogging because it's handheld, you know, very small. It also has a little kickstand on it. So if you want to like set it down and, you know, like record, this is perfect. And like I said, it takes great pictures, great on-camera audio, but I'll still hook up a microphone to it from time to time. But I'll throw this in my pocket or in my bag and just know that I have a camera for the day. I'm going to show you the compact camera that started it all for my camera collecting journey. I still have it. This is the first small camera that I bought, and it's the DJI Pocket 2. Now, this Pocket 2 has gotten me through so much. I love the Pocket 2. I know the Pocket 3 is out and it's the most popular camera in the world right now, but this Pocket 2 has never done me wrong. I love that it's on a gimbal, easy to use. I use the app a lot so that I'll just set it down and be able to, you know, maneuver and get shots that I need to without having to get up and move the camera physically like I would have to do with something like this per se. So I'll control it on my phone with the DJI Mimo app and I'll get every shot that I need. I'm able to hook up a microphone to it. I actually have the mic that goes with the receiver. And I love this little camera. This was my introduction into, you know, pocket size handheld cameras, and I'll never give it away. Sticking with DJI, my second camera that I received as a gift into my compact camera collection is the DJI Action 2. And like I said, I don't really get the newest cameras. I got this camera like 2 years ago. I think the Action 4 was already out, or maybe Action 3. But I love the Action 2. It's very small. You can actually use it separated with just this little piece. And it comes with a lanyard as well, so I can hook it up to my chest and get like hands-free POV shots, which I love as well. And it's magnetic, so I can hook it up to things and just get some very interesting shots. So I use this a lot for maybe like day-to-day things, or if I know I want to get some creative shots when I'm out with my friends or anything, I'll have this with me, have the lanyard or have the magnetic piece so that it can hook up to something magnetic straight to the back. So I love this little camera. I actually broke it on vacation, but I got it replaced and I love it. I think it's a nice little introduction if you're just wanting something that's like a point and shoot camera that has very wide angles, takes very good photos and videos. The camera that I probably use the least, it's this little GoPro Hero 4K. I got this camera, I don't know how long ago, but it's literally hooked up to my lanyard So if I'm out and about, I always have a camera with me, even if it's just something I want to, document very quickly. I don't have to search for it. My keys are usually in my pocket, or if I just forget to pick up a camera from my collection. If I don't want to use my phone, which I rarely do, I don't really use my phone for anything media related, I'll pick up this little camera and it'll get the job done. My most recent pickup, besides the R6, of course, I got this for my birthday. It is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. This is probably my newest camera as far as cameras when they were released. I got this as a gift, and it's slowly becoming my favorite camera because of all of the capabilities of this camera. It can shoot in 8K. I don't really shoot in 8K, but it can. It takes very good photos, and it feels like a regular mirrorless camera because of the grip and everything, and you can take regular pictures. It also does very good video as free frame video, which means I can record horizontally and vertically at the same time and just crop and post. So you've probably heard about this camera, but it is a little powerhouse. So I'm growing to like it more and more each day. I think it's going to be a lot better whenever I get the close-up lens to kind of manually adjust the focus a little bit, because if you're too close, you won't really get something in focus on this camera unless you're doing facial recognition on the camera. So I do love this camera for photo and video, and I would recommend people getting it. If you're looking for something that's kind of a dual powerhouse, this is perfect. Staying on brand with the Insta360, I also have the Insta360 X3, which is my 360 camera that I recently got probably earlier this year. I caught it on sale at Best Buy for a pretty good price, and it's the X3. I believe they're on the X5 now, so of course I was able to get this at a pretty good price anyway, and it was a sale on top of the good price. So this camera is very unique. It's probably my most diverse camera because I can literally do everything with this. There's been days where I've just taken this out with me and it's definitely sufficed. I love the 360 aspect of it, but you can also shoot in just like a regular camera in the single lens mode, but the 360 lets you get some very unique shots if I'm out with my friends, or if I just want to set the camera down and understand that they can get everything around it and I don't have to really move the camera. This is perfect for that. And it's an action camera, so I can put it in some very rigorous situations and it has held up. I'm only afraid that the glass on the lens will get scratched, but so far it's held up pretty well. Now on to the part of my camera collection that some would label as vintage. And I recently found these cameras in my apartment building. Usually people in my apartment complex, if they don't want something, they'll leave it downstairs in the mailroom, and usually stuff works or it doesn't work and you just have to try it out. So recently I found the Minolta Maxim 7000, which is an automatic film camera. I've already used it. I'm just waiting on the photos to get developed, so hopefully it actually works. So check back in a later post to see if the camera actually works or if I'm gonna get a blank roll of film. But I did take it out on a little nature walk and just to see if it works, so we'll see. Next are these two little Sony handy cams. One is a CX240 and one is a CX440. They're nice little handy cams. I believe they were made in the 2010s. They give me a little vintage look because it is a 2010s look, not as modern as today. I've used these for home videos or just to add a different kind of look to my videos that I'm recording for myself. And I love these little handy cams. They, are very user-friendly. It's literally just point and press record, and they zoom in pretty far, and they have autofocus buttons, and they take photos. So I don't use them as often, but they are something that I have in my collection. And last but not least, another piece of equipment that I found in my apartment complex is this digital camcorder. It's the JVC GR-AX730. A lot to say, but this camcorder was released in 1998, I believe it said, and I did buy an adapter to use with it so that I can record straight to an SD card instead of trying to find tapes and get them digitized and everything. I just hook up this little adapter to the camcorder and it records straight to a micro SD, so I'll be able to get some more vintage footage, or even if I just want this for recording memories with my friends and family. So this is my final camera of my haul. All of these cameras mean something to me, whether I bought them or they were gifted, but I just love to capture memories and document my life And I think all these cameras play an important part in that journey, and they all have their own little niche. So whatever camera I'm feeling like that day really sets the vibe for the footage that I'll record that day. And I'll really just randomly pick up a camera and say, well, at least I have one in my bag, and we just go from there. And if all else fails, if I don't have a camera with me, I won't miss the moment because I do have an iPhone 16 Pro. I don't like taking pictures on this thing, but it serves a purpose. If I don't have anything else with me, I'd rather capture the moment on my phone than be stubborn and not capture it because I don't have a camera with me. But thank you all for watching. If you have any questions about the cameras, or if you want any recommendations, or if you should get a camera or you shouldn't, or the user-friendliness of the camera, please just put it in the comments and I will make a little separate video or just respond to your comments. And I would love to hear about you all's cameras that you own. You know, if you want to make videos, tag me in them, whatever you want to do, that will be perfect. So again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.